So if you don't know who Scottish Declan is, believe me, you've been given a saving grace. You've been given the best present for Christmas. All of your family members were just magically healed. Your dogs have stopped defecating in the kitchen and your parents have stopped blaming you for it. And your crush finally responded to your ugly ass. That's how it feels to not know about Declan. Or more specifically, his TikTok name, ScottishDeclan. And the only thing that I can say when I look at this person is he looks exactly like Peter Griffin. That is the first thing that comes to mind when I see him. But unfortunately, Declan is a TikToker. And with most TikTokers, you usually learn that their personality doesn't really go past those 7 seconds. They're really bland. And sometimes they're just usually a piece of shit behind closed doors. But they almost always get away with it. Because every day a new kid will install TikTok and come across their page and mindlessly start watching all their videos, not knowing what such a piece of shit they are. But anyway, let's stop talking about the cesspool that are TikTokers. We're going to talk about Declan today.
Barely 2 words in, and you already look like you want me dead. You're getting all worked up over nothing.
And it angers me to admit this. I'm shaking my fist in fear right now in anger. I knew Declan before. Yes, I used to have TikTok and this guy was on my page. Oh Father, how can thy forgive me for the sins I've committed? It's still not as worse as those people that donate to those fucking TikTok lives, I swear to God. But yes, I used to watch Declan. Not because I liked him, but because every video is just rage bait. And I did that dumbass thing where I hope in the latest video he gets what they deserve, but they don't. But later on in the video you'll understand why Declan needs to get what he deserves. But anyway, who is Declan? He is a 23-year-old Scottish TikToker who mainly uploads fit checks, like what he's wearing and how his day is going and what he's doing today.
Hey everyone, I hope you all have a fabulous day today. So here is a quick rundown of what I'm wearing today. So today I'm wearing my navy blue Vans t-shirt with my grey jeans.
Pretty harmless things. And looking at his latest video where he's dancing in public, you'd think, is that an armadillo dancing?
Ashley! Look at me!
Like, I hate to bring my League of Legends knowledge up, because every woman in a 50-mile radius would have dried up by the time they heard the words League of Legend, and my parents would have disowned me. But he just looks like Rammus from League. Like, when he does this dance, I'm going to assume he's going to gank someone top lane. But anyway, League of Legends rant over. You probably shouldn't make fun of people for their appearance or the things they do, unless they're not a good person. Now, I don't know Declan personally. I don't know if he's actually a saint IRL, and the things he does is just an act for money or clout. Just like how I think Dr. Disrespect didn't actually cheat on his wife, that was just a character. That was just his Dragon Ball Z arc, where he needed some motivation to beat Vegeta. But at the end of the day, mostly you are responsible for the way people perceive you, especially online. And the things Declan has done and bragged about, it's just him blatantly saying he does not care that he has took advantage of the system that is in place for the disabled and the less fortunate in the UK. And just a geography lesson for you Americans, the UK is made up of Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales, and England.
Riding round in a rover. If I see Optin, it's over.
There are 4 different countries combined together to make the United Kingdom. I don't know how many times I've had to explain this to an American. But what has Declan done that is just so bad and everyone hates him for it? Even to the point where he's trending on r/I'm a total piece of shit. And it's been multiple times he's been trending on that page. Definitely for good reason. So what is the thing everyone hates Declan for? Well, in the UK, we have a system where those who are disabled are able to claim money from the government because they're not able to work either mentally or physically. And this is paid by the taxpayer. And there are a lot of people that take advantage of this who claim they're disabled when they're actually not. And they end up getting a lot of money from it. On top of that, they also sometimes get free housing or reduced rates on their property. Meaning if they're not actually physically disabled or have something mentally wrong with them that prevents them from working, they can just sit on their ass and get money every month. And it has to be the most parasitic, and you must be the most worthless person to do this. Simply just existing with a lie and refusing to work, and even to remotely challenge yourself and try and do something outside your comfort zone. You are simply just existing garbage if you lie about this stuff. You are the gum that is stuck to the bottom of the table in class, that everyone knows is there and just avoids it with their hands and does nothing about it in the long run. Because these types of services are for people who are actually struggling and who are actually disabled and actually can't work. And you may be wondering why Declan comes into this equation. Well, Declan can't work because he has social anxiety. Yes, he has social anxiety, that's why he's Fortnite dancing in the middle of fucking town centres almost every day. Motherfucker looks like somebody hit him with a boogie bomb. And that was a cringe reference. I'm gonna... Like, there is no way you have social anxiety when you're dancing in front of crowds. Like, even to the point where other people are getting secondhand embarrassment watching you dance.
I can't work because I have social anxiety and have mobility issues.
And shouting random stuff in supermarkets.
Attention shoppers in Aldi! Can I get a...
You know, I think people with social anxiety don't even like positive attention, let alone negative attention. And most of the time they generally hate being the centre of attention. But here you are. And there is just no remorse every time they upload. They do not care. And it very much could be the case that they have social anxiety behind closed doors and they're just doing this to entertain people or make themselves feel better. And then, in that case, why tell people you have social anxiety at all and that you're claiming benefits for it? And then on your TikTok lives, ban everyone that mentions you not having a job. And on top of that, just one thing personally I really dislike about his content. He will record himself talking about his day, like what he's done, and where he's been. That's completely normal. That's alright content, even for his standards. But then it gets to the point where he shows what he's gonna eat, and then he eats it in front of you. And just watching one of these videos is enough to send anyone into just an asylum of insanity. Why do you need to record yourself eating? It's disgusting and it's vile, especially the way he eats it. It's like watching a baby deer being born and the umbilical cord is still attached and then it gets thrown into a fucking meat grinder. Okay, I will admit I got a bit too into that there, but yeah. But you cannot tell me watching somebody else eat like this is good content or even like satisfying to watch. But I will admit one thing about Declan and the way he eats. When he orders from a Chinese restaurant, which is very different from a Chinese restaurant from any other place in the world, in the UK it looks like just utter slop. But I tell you, that shit is so rammed with MSG, you do not care what you're eating. That shit just tastes so good going down. But then, like, later you feel like, oh, shit. But he gets actually a meal I respect from a Chinese restaurant, in the UK at least.
For dinner tonight, I've got Chinese. Let's get it dished up and some chips. And can't forget the curry sauce. Let's get that poured.
And yes, it looks like utter slop, but just come to the UK and try it. It is actually good till you finish it. But anyway, going back to the Declan thing. You'd assume the UK government know about this and would have stopped his payments by now. And when we see Declan working the fries at McDonald's on a Monday, really putting that social anxiety to work. But unfortunately, the world isn't as honest as that, and Declan isn't the only one that has discovered this fucking money glitch. And there are a bunch of TikTokers that do the same thing. They brag that they get money from the government, and nothing gets done about it. Because the government receives thousands of reports like these every day, and they have to investigate each and every one. And a TikTok video of this guy dancing apparently isn't evidence enough to get him removed from this payment plan. So basically, nothing's gonna happen. But that is gonna wrap up this video. And let me know in the comments how many fraudulent side hustles you have going on right now. But yeah, bye-bye.